Hi YouTube audience, I imagine. Most of you, if not every one of you, is now back to school, back to work. Happy New Year 209. I will be going back to work tomorrow, Tuesday, January 6th. That's the advantage of working at a school. You get off before Christmas and don't have to report back until after the New Year, after New Year's. The disadvantage, at least with my job, is if I don't work, I don't get paid. But that's the way the coin and the ball falls and drops. I want to look at two issues with you today, one from the news and one from something that was written in my local paper. A parent is suing the Huntington County Community Schools in Indiana in federal court, saying religious education classes held on school property violate the established clause of the Constitution. Okay. A complaint filed by attorneys with the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU in Indiana, who else, on behalf of an unnamed woman and her 8-year-old son, asked a federal judge to shut down the program and bar the school district for providing it with the facilities or any other support. The boy, identified only as Jay, attends Horace Mann Elementary School, which offers 3rd and 4th grade students a release time program. Okay, by the way, those release time programs have been declared legal, and they're voluntary. No student is forced in them. Okay, is it funny and sad what those on the left get their hair up about? In our government schools today, we have drugs, we have school shootings and violence. But students have been taken for abortions at school. Students are taught that sex is okay no matter what their parents think. And yet at least in this mother's case and other cases, they get upset over their student possibly being given a chance to be taught about God, the Bible, and faith. Teachers can't discipline kids the way they need to. But a parent gets upset over this, over God and the Bible being taught. And it's one thing for this mother to say, I don't want you teaching my kid that. And that's her right and fine. I feel sorry for her and the kid if that's the case. But it's quite another thing for her to stop other kids from being taught whose parents have given permission. And that's what she's trying to do in this case. Could things like this be the reason why so many parents are pulling their kids out of the government schools and putting them in private, faith-based schools or homeschooling them? I think it might be a reason. Okay, on another issue, here is a part of a letter which was written to my local paper. The writer was responding to another letter whose writer wrote we should get rid of Christmas. I feel sorry for Donald, I won't read the last name. December 24th Pulse, and his belief that Christmas is a false spiritual holiday. He feels that the human race cannot advance unless we cease this unnecessary tradition. At Christmas, the fortunate help the less fortunate. Families are usually too busy to get together, spend time with one another. People are a little nicer to one another. I hope Christmas will always be here for my son and me to enjoy. I couldn't imagine facing the cold of winter without the thought of my son waiting with the eager anticipation for the magic of finding his presents under the Christmas tree. That's from somebody named Scott. Okay, I'm all for helping those in need. And I like how people do that around Christmas time. However, the last statement that Scott writes about not being able to imagine not having to face the cold of winter without seeing his son waiting to see what his Christmas gifts are is perhaps what is wrong with what I call the Christmas culture, where we focus on what we can get, who gets the most toys. People of faith need to fight against the Christmas culture all year round, not in lawsuits or getting upset if a store clerk says Happy Holidays to us instead of Merry Christmas, but instead we can fight back by serving Jesus all year, by doing good deeds for others all year, making our families a priority not just around December 25th, but also around January 25th. Loving those who disagree with us on everything, almost everything. Helping those in need all year. Let people know that the Savior, Jesus, was not only born around, we celebrate around December 25th, but grew up, went to a cross, and rose from the dead for us. Let's do that and fight the Christmas culture all year? Thanks. Post your comments. Until next time, I'll see you.